It'll be interesting to see. I would worry a little bit about up in weight.
Before we watch the video, we just wanted to ask you a massive favour.
We just wanted to ask you if you could please take a minute to like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on, and also check out our TikTok for short content and daily updates.
We really want to keep growing the Boxing 365 community and keep making content like this for yourselves, the boxing fan.
And most of all, thank you and enjoy the video.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Boxing 365, and we're going through our next card in the deck. Quite a short one today. There are only a few recorded fights on BoxRec for this one, and we are looking at O'Shaquie Foster and Stephen Fulton. That's going to be courtesy of TGB Promotions and Samsung Boxing. You'll be able to catch it on Amazon Prime pay-per-view, and it's going to be hosted at MGM Grand, Las Vegas. Wow.
Our namesake.
Yeah, the namesake of the studio.
For anyone that hasn't worked it out yet, I've only mentioned it a few times that this is the MGM Bland. Before, it was actually as exciting as it is now, because I'm sure you're all envious of what is a shed. Also, apologies, still got a bit of a flu. So, yeah, do you know what? There's two things I want to say about this card. First one, I think, is it's not a pay-per-view card.
Doesn't feel like it, does it?
No. But it's in America, and Americans pay for anything.
Well, how much is it, actually? I didn't write that down.
I have no idea. In the UK, it'll probably be about £4. But in America, they're usually about $90.
That's crazy, isn't it?
It's a bit criminal. Considering as well, the main event was the former main event, Sebastian Fundora and Keith Thurman. We'll touch on it very briefly. It's expected to go on the Manny Pacquiao undercard in January. Pulled out through injury. It was an interesting bout. Quite looking forward to talking about it. So yeah, it was a bit of a shame.
Yeah, it is a shame. I think with the Foster Fulton fight and Fundora Thurman, a couple of big fights.
Yeah.
For both of those divisions, really.
Yeah.
So it would have been quite interested to see them both. Obviously, we probably will see Fundora and Thurman out, but it'll just be January time. So
yeah, so it's going to be interesting. But we'll talk about the fights that are happening.
Yeah, start off with O'Shaquie Foster and Stephen Fulton. 12 rounds for the WBC World Super Feather title.
Great fight, that. O'Shaquie Foster lost his belt to Robson Conceição.
He did.
Who, to be fair to Robson Conceição, Olympic medalist, fought Shakur, been in around world level, very, very good. Didn't think he won the first fight. I thought Shaqui was a bit harshly done to. They not get that decision. But interesting one, because Stephen Fulton and O'Shaquie Foster, both notoriously world level. Stephen Fulton's only loss came to Inoue. Interesting fight. Don't know. I'm curious to see. It's a curious case, this one.
Yeah. So O'Shaquie Foster, like you say, he lost to Conceição, lost his belt, went and won it back.
Yep.
Straight afterwards, 4 months afterwards. Both split decisions, so obviously both close fights, like you said. But he has now been out the ring nearly 12 months.
He has.
At the point that the fight takes place, would be pretty much 12 months, be like 11 months and 28 days or something stupid.
Well, can we be precise, please?
I can't get that precise, unfortunately. So whether that's going to play into it a little bit, he's not fought in a while now, but when he has been fighting, he's been not messing around. I've made a note of some of his most notable wins. Ray Vargas,
great win that was.
Abraham Nova. I think I do specifically remember watching that fight. Eduardo Hernandez and Robson Conceição, obviously, when he went and won the rematch. So yeah, like you say, he's at that world level, proven that time and again, really. And it's just whether Stephen Fulton, in his first fight at Super Featherweight, is going to be able to do it well.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I would worry a little bit about Stephen Fulton jumping up in weight. Don't think he's naturally a big guy. He's been stopped by Inoue, which again, there's no shame in being stopped by Inoue. But my point I was kind of get to is that, was that down to the fact that maybe he was cutting weight heavily to get down to them weights, or is it the fact that actually maybe the weight, the power at super featherweight from these heavier guys, it's probably not going to do him any favours. Yeah, it's an interesting fight. I'm looking forward to it. I'm glad to see it's been made because there was a few rumours, few names thrown in about. We've got two fighters here who I think are both in their prime. Yes, fair enough. Neither are unbeaten, but you don't need to be. And I really like it.
I think what you were saying there about whether he's going to be all right at super feather. I think the thing is, Foster's not notoriously hard hitting necessarily.
Neither of them are particularly punchers.
No, so it's not like he's going in there first fight at super feather against an absolute slugger that's just going to snap his chin off.
No, absolutely.
So it's probably a decent enough fight for him.
Yeah.
But like you said, I think when I had a look, I don't think there's a massive difference in size naturally, so height wise. But we know that that's not.
It's not always a clear
not
picture.
Going to be painting a clear picture necessarily. Like you say, he's had a fight. He lost at super bantam, went up to featherweight and won a world title there against Brandon Figueroa, and now he's gone straight up to super feather.
Not messing about.
So yeah, I mean that's going to mean that he'll have won titles at super bantam. He'll have won title at featherweight, and if he was to go and beat O'Shaquie Foster, he'll have won a title at super feather as well.
3-weight world champion. He's very good, Stephen Fulton. And even with the size differences, and because it's a short video, I don't mind sort of being a little bit more open and clear and not picking my words. But I think Fulton wins this. I really do. And that's nothing against Shaqie, but I think Shaqie's a really slow starter. I've watched so many of his fights over the years where I just think to myself, in his losses, because when he wins, he wins. When he wins, I just think to myself, like,
where's the rest?
Carlos Adames is another example of that, where you go, like, see it's coming. It never seems to, and then you get to the last few rounds and you go, do you know what? This kid's got something, and he's good. He's not even. He's great. He's a brilliant fighter. I just don't think we see it enough, and I don't know why that is.
I think Fulton is very, very good, and I think if he suits the weight well, then he could do it. But I just think it's a first fight at that weight. Now, obviously, you wouldn't expect them to team and whoever to push him into that too soon or to rush him into it. They'll have thought about it, but that's the only concern really. I think other than that, he's got the skills to do it. So,
who next for the winner?
I don't really know, to be honest with you.
Me, and I've got to be honest, I think it needs to be Nottingham's answer to Inoue. Lee Wood. I've thrown Lee Wood's name out there a few times recently, but he's coming off a loss. We all have him. He deserves a shot at the WBC Super Featherweight title because I've said he does.
Okay, right. Can't argue with that.
And I'll be honest, I think he knocks them both out. So realistically, the winner gets a shot to come over to Nottingham and fight Lee Wood.
I get the impression you might be a little bit biased.
No, it's not biased.
It's not Fulton.
It's not. It's not biased. It's not biased. It's favoritism. Which is, I think, different.
I'm not convinced.
No.
But look, I think there's definitely, obviously, it'll be up for them to decide where to go next. I mean,
unifications. Let's be fair.
That's what they're probably going to be looking at, isn't it? So, somebody else holding those belts, that's probably where they'll go next. But who knows? Who knows?
Dave Allen is talking about dropping down a few weight classes, so you never know.
Not convinced he'll make his way down.
I'm not convinced he'll make it to Bridgerweight, mind anything else. I don't think he realised on the night when he said it. I don't think he realised that that's like another, I think it was 2.5 stone below what he'd made that at.
Jesus.
Fucking get that guy in a sauna bag from 3 weeks prior to the fight.
Yeah, and he might have a chance.
He might melt down,
Just cut one of his legs off and then he might be all right.
What are you trying to say?
Just
big legs. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
Middle leg.
Middle legs. Yeah, middle weight.
We will just make a quick mention of the fight that isn't happening because we had prepared some talking points for it, which was the Fundora Thurman fight, which I thought was going to be excellent, to be honest with you.
So did I.
A bit of a shame, obviously. Fundora's injured his hand. Is it his hand?
Yes, I believe.
But he's been very active this year.
Yeah.
Fought a few times already. I think this would have been his third fight in 2025.
Yes, it would. Yeah,
which would have been
good activity for a world champion.
Yeah, for somebody at world level, you don't see that all that often. So I was, thinking that's good. But maybe that's what's led to his injury. He's been in camps. He's been in 2 camps, 2 fights, into his third camp.
Camps are longer. They're more intense.
Yeah. So he's probably just picked that up that way. But it was going to be a good fight, I expect. I think you probably would have favoured Fundora as well. I mean,
Well, this was my next question: is that obviously we can still talk about it because prediction wise, how did you see it going? I'll be honest. So Fundora's not unbeaten, but I'm at that point at the minute where I think he's unbeatable.
mm,
And that's crazy. And people will criticise me in the comments. How can someone that's been beaten be unbeatable? Well, look, listen, I'll talk you through it. He is the tallest man I've ever seen in my life, right? I have no idea.
welter.
Honestly, he makes David Benavidez look small.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Honestly, it's criminal. And you looked at Keith Thurman, and I like Keith Thurman, right? Keith Thurman's better days are behind him. Keith Thurman was a phenomenal fighter, and I'm sure, as he's proven against Brock Jarvis, who's one of those opponents, has proven he's still a good fighter. Sebastian Fundora made Tim Tszyu quit.
Yeah.
No disrespect to Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman is not beating Sebastian Fundora.
Yeah, I sort of think I probably would agree with you. Like say, I mean, Thurman's not been very active lately. He's only.
It's a compliment.
It is.
He retired.
He fought Brock Jarvis in March this year.
Great fight.
Before that, his last fight was Barrios in February 2022. Before that, it was Manny Pacquiao in 2019.
Yeah, so in the last 7 years, he's had 2 fights. Yeah, 3 fights. Sorry, 3 fights. Which, for a world level operator like Keith Thurman, I think he spent most of his camp life in between these fights. I think he's been keeping fit in a bar, doing shots, taking shots in other ways than boxing. And look, I think Keith Thurman's brilliant, and I actually think he's really good for the sport. It's one of them where I go, you've been brilliant.
Yeah.
Right off into the sunshine. Yeah, you don't need to come back. It's a tough sport.
I just think Fundora's brilliant now, and he's big and he's active, and you're not active. I don't know. I think there was, for me, it felt like there was a clear winner, but we won't.
But it was intriguing, weren't it? You'd watch it because it was intriguing.
Yeah, I think Fundora's that kind of person where you would want to watch him because he is intriguing.
He's interesting. And the thing is, well, he's good.
Yeah,
good. I just think that Sebastian Fundora at them weight classes, unless another behemoth super welterweight giant turns up, I don't know who beats him. I do not know who beats him. Yeah. Crazy.
Well, the fight that never was, we'll have to wait.
The fight that isn't yet, because never was would. That's a hell of a claim.
Well, the fight
Keith Thurman's re-retired.
The fight that might not happen. Well, you never know. It might not even happen now.
The fight that may happen eventually. Yeah. The hypotheticals. Yeah. Okay.
The next fight on the card was Jesus Alejandro Ramos Jr. versus Shane Mosley Jr.
Great fight, this.
12 rounds WBC interim world middleweight title.
Yeah, so Carlos Adames has the full title.
He does.
Mr. Adames is notoriously inactive, fights once a year. Again, one of them fighters that I just think he's not good enough, because he is. But he never gets going. Like, realistically, like we watched the Hamza Shiraz fight, and we thought Shiraz probably got quite fortunate to walk away with a draw there. But even in that, if he'd have picked up the pace and really started to put his shots together against an out of sort Hamza Shiraz, he should have won that fight. Landslides. He just didn't. It was like, he's gonna. And I think his stay at the top of that WBC middleweight pyramid, I think, comes to an end soon. I think both of these guys are brilliant. Ramos is phenomenal. Really, really good pressure. Not ever fought anyone at the highest level yet. Not at least in their prime. Because there are 2 names you'll obviously mention throughout, but he's brilliant. I think he's really, really good. And Shane Mosley Jr., the Mosley Jr. family, just like they're brilliant. They're absolutely brilliant. And great fight. Really good fight.
Yeah.
Went a bit off topic there.
No, I think it's fair enough to say. I think Ramos Jr., he's got 19 stoppages in 23 wins.
Yep.
So I think he's got the stopping power. Mosley Jr. has lost on 4 occasions. I don't think he's been stopped in any though. So it doesn't really stand much.
Absolutely.
So I don't really know. I don't really know necessarily how I would see this going. Like you say, they're fighting for an interim title, a vacant interim title, and where you've got a champion who's not particularly active, it's going to be a big win for whoever it is.
Yeah, of course it is. Because there's that possibility you wake up one day and you're upgraded to world champion, which I don't like happening.
No, but if the world champions are not doing what they should be doing and staying active and defending, then you'll get your chance. And I sort of think it's massive for them, especially, like you say, especially with it being Adames who does hold the full title. So
Interesting bout.
It will be an interesting one. I think it'll be.
You've got Puncher,
competitive.
You've got the boxer in Shane Mosley Jr. Again, it depends on which Shane Mosley turns up. We've seen it throughout his career. If he turns up, he's good, very good. If he doesn't, we're just double checking there, just again wanting to check the facts of the people he's been in with. So best win for him is probably Daniel Jacobs. But again, Daniel Jacobs in 2024, which isn't the Daniel Jacobs that fought, say, Canelo. Jason Quigley, he lost. No disrespect to Quigley. Quigley's a decent opponent, European level at best. But so you go through that. He beat Gabe Rosado, majority decision. Gabe Rosado's a tough guy to beat. Lost to Brandon Adams, who's just beat Boachuk for the second time. And again, you go through his career and beat Michael Moore in a really good performance. I'm curious to see which Mosley turns up. If a good Mosley turns up, it's a good fight. If the other Mosley turns up, it might be a whitewash.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose we'll have to wait and see on that, really, won't we?
Not a sidekick.
No, not a psychic, unfortunately. But then the final fight that was on the card, obviously, as far as BoxRec's concerned now, well, it says there's still 4, but there's definitely only 3 now that now that Fundora is injured. And as BoxRec see it, it's Isaac Lucero versus Roberto Valenzuela Jr. It is worth mentioning that our AI friend,
not my fucking friend,
when preparing its predictions, thought that Tony Harrison would fight Isaac Lucero, but we don't believe that to be true. We've not seen anything about that as yet.
None of our reliable sources have told us that.
Yeah. Nobody's told us as yet. So, 10 rounds at Super Welter for Lucero and Valenzuela Jr.
Really good, this fight.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you the reason I like it. Isaac Lucero he's unbeaten in 17. He's tough. He punches.
Yeah.
This is the first fight where I'm going, okay, you win here, and you look at the people that Valenzuela's lost to, right?
Yep.
Now, you've got... My mind's gone completely blank. Bear with me, because it will come back to me. You've got
Murtazaliev.
That geezer. So you've got Murtazaliev. You've got Xander Zayas. You've got Sullivan Sissoko. And then you've got Alexis Rocha. And even again, you've got Derek Silveira. You've got some really good names in there.
Yep.
He's only been stopped twice out of the 5 losses. Lucero goes into this. This is an opportunity for him to go, do you know what? I'm right up there.
Yeah.
I'm with them guys. And is he ready for a Murtazaliev? Probably not yet.
Probably not, no.
But he's not far away.
I think he's... so he's 13 stoppages and his 17 wins. He has done most of his fighting in Mexico. So other than this fight, he'll only have fought 2 fights outside of Mexico, which he fought in the States still. Nothing particularly massive name-wise for him. But sometimes I think coming out of Mexico undefeated, having stopped a lot of your opponents, probably says a lot about you as it is.
Yeah, exactly.
Obviously, Valenzuela Jr. also notorious for being hard-hitting, 29 stoppages in 31 wins, and like I say, fought at a high level. So
this is one of them fights where Lucero at the minute, I was watching an interview earlier with Eddie Hearn, and they were talking about Matchroom's notoriously tough matchmaking, which I like, personally. I'm not saying that we should throw every prospect in, we spoke about it the other day, but we've seen a multitude of fights where we go, this guy's going to be phenomenal. This is the fight that we go, you beat this guy, you're there or thereabouts. And I hate to call Valenzuela a banana skin, because I don't think that's fair. But he is a banana skin in comparison to Lucero, and circumstantially, you go out there and lose, and we always refer back to it, but Gary Cully was a real one for me, where Gary Cully had the absolute world at his feet.
Yeah.
World at his
he did.
feet, and it was, do you know what? This kid's special. And he came out against a little-known Mexican that not many people had heard of, who could hit a bit, and look what happened. And Lucero's in that same boat where one bad night at the office, it all unrolls. And a lot of the time it's because they're not good enough. Unfortunately, with Gary Cully, we've seen that now in his fights, and you can say it's a confidence thing and whatever, but you learn these levels. Saw it at the weekend with Dave. There's no shame in it.
No.
You know, there's a reason that Sunday League football exists. Not everyone's going to play Premier League football, and Lucero, this is one of them fights where I love and you love, where it's you win here, that's official. You're a world ranked, you're a fringe world level fighter. You're in and amongst it. There's them talks.
Yeah.
You lose, back to the drawing board.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that just makes for even more interesting viewing. There's more at
100%.
stake. There's more on the line.
100%.
Right.
Stop babbling now.
How do you see the card? So from top to bottom, starting off with Foster and Fulton.
Winners. Fulton for me. I think Fulton wins on points. He's a faster starter. I think he's going to be as long as he's not too small at the weight. As long as that jump hasn't affected him, which again is hard. But I'm gonna Stephen Fulton for me wins that.
Yeah. Ramos Jr. and Mosley Jr.
Ramos Jr. I think Ramos Jr. Stops him early. I don't think Mosley Jr. is going to turn up. I'll be honest.
Fair enough. And Lucero Valenzuela Jr.
I really like Lucero. So I will go for Lucero. By gonna go decision. It's gonna be a war, that.
Yeah.
Guaranteed. Absolute banger. Fight of the weekend, probably.
I think I'll ask you then, what will be the fight of the night on this card?
Fight of the night will be Lucero Valenzuela. Guaranteed, fan friendly. Everyone will. There's going to be cuts. I mean, Jesus, if we end up watching it and it becomes a chess match, it's going to blow my mind. You've got two South Americans. It's just not going to become a chess match, is it?
And if you were looking at A and B sides, then I'm assuming your upset is going to be that Stephen Fulton's going to beat O'Shaki Foster.
Yeah. I mean, he's the challenger. I think O'Shaki Foster, I think he's brilliant. I really do. But again, I just think Stephen Fulton's going to start too quick. I think he's going to come out. He's going to bank the first few rounds. And I'll be honest, I think that's going to be all she wrote. I don't think either of them get stopped. But yeah, I think it's going to be too little too late from Shaq.
Fair enough. Out of 10, how would you rate this card? I feel like this one's going to have to be a bit of a shoddy rating. We've had two 9s in a row.
I'll be honest, it's without putting words in my mouth, but the card, nowhere near enough detail has been released on it by the promoter. You've lost the biggest fight on the card, and I'll be honest, it's decent, but for a pay-per-view, in the MGM Grand, because there's the world title fight, I'm gonna give it a 4.
Right,
but I'll be honest, pretty piss poor.
Yeah, I think
the card's not piss poor. It's a decent set of fights, but there's 3 fights at the minute. There's been no announcement. There's been no discussions. Nothing. No promotion. No press conference. There's been absolutely zero. It's a 4 for me, and that's generous.
Fair enough. Right, our last part of our order of business is having a look at what AI has predicted. So, starting off at the top, Stephen Fulton to win by decision, outboxing him over 12 rounds is what it suggests.
Yep.
High-paced fight, Fulton edges more rounds.
Yep.
Ramos and Shane Mosley Jr. leans towards Ramos by decision or late TKO.
Yep.
He's got younger legs and more power.
Okay, so fair enough point.
And we can't really talk about the last one because it's not giving us a correct opponent at the minute. It suggests that Tony Harrison is fighting Isaac Lucero and that Tony Harrison is going to win. So
it's got Tony Harrison to beat Lucero.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Experience and stopping power. So
hey, look, I'm not disputing Tony Harrison's a decent fighter. It's just Tony Harrison there's no rumours anywhere online or any sources that's what's happening. So what do we know?
What do we know? Well,
if you guys know, let us know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Please.
Well, that does bring us to the end of this card. So we'll be wait and see what happens.
Great boxing. Tune in. Have a watch. There's only 3 fights, but well worth $90.
$30 a fight isn't bad.
Not at all. But thanks again.
Yeah, we'll see you in the next one.